Good day, ma'am. I am Gabriela Dimasway for today's report about the retraction of Rizal. I will first read my assigned parts one by one. After that, I'll explain everything in a simple and clear way so we can all understand the issue better. Thank you, and let's begin. The retraction of Rizal. The claim that Rizal signed a letter before his death returning to the Catholic Church and leaving Masonry, but many still question if it's real or not. So now let's find out if it's real or not. So first we have the retraction of Rizal, allegedly returned to the Catholic Church and rejected Masonry, later disappeared for decades, discovery in 1935 by Father Manuel Garcia. Catholic side believes he retracted Priest's testimonies discovered later, while the other side, Masonic Rizalist side, rejects it because weak evidence and inconsistencies, and important because it affects how we understand Rizal's beliefs and legacy. So first, we had the allegedly returned to the Catholic Church and rejected Masonry. So this says Rizal supposedly signed a letter before dying, returning to the Catholic faith and leaving Masonry. Second, letter disappeared for decades, discovery in 1935 by Father Manuel Garcia. So the retraction letter went missing for many years and it was only found again in 1935 by a priest. So the third, Catholic side believes he retracted priest testimonies discovered later. So Catholics believe the retraction is real because priests said they witnessed it and the letter was found. So the Masonic and Rizalist side rejects it because of the weak evidence and inconsistencies. So Masons and Rizalists doubt the retractions because they think the proof is unclear and has some mistakes. So lastly, why it is important? It is important because it affects how we understand Rizal's beliefs and legacy. This issue matters since it changes how people view Rizal's true beliefs and what he stood for. So for the whole explanation, the retraction of Rizal is a letter he supposedly wrote before his execution, saying he returned to the Catholic Church and rejected Masonry. When we say Masonry in Rizal's stories, we mean Freemasonry, a group he joined for freedom and equality, not building with bricks. So the letter disappeared for many years, but in 1935, a priest named Father Manuel Garcia claimed he found it, which it renewed the debate. Some, mostly Catholics, believed Rizal retracted because priests said they saw it and the letter exists, while the others, mostly Masons and Rizalist scholars, say the letter is not reliable and contradicts Rizal's belief. These issues matter because it changes how we see Rizal, either as someone who went back to the church or someone who stayed true to his principles, and it shows why he is still important in Philippine history. So that's all for my topic. My part.
So good day everyone, my name is Johanna Salim and I'm going to discuss to you the results retraction letter. So I will discuss the actual content of Jose Rizal's retraction letter and what it suggests about his beliefs before his executions. So the retraction letter attributed to Rizal's contains several key statements. So one of the most important lines, which is this. So key lines from the letter: I proclaim myself as a Catholic. I retract with all my heart whatever has been contrary to my character as a son of the Catholic Church. So what it means: apology for past criticism of the Church, the affirmation of Catholic faith, and such as spiritual reconciliation before death. So what it means? So this means that Rizal was supposedly apologizing for his previous criticism of the church. So especially the abuses of the friars, that he exposed in the Nomine Tangere and in the El Filibusterismo. So, according to this document, he was affirming his Catholic faith, declaring that he returned to the church before he died. So, if the letter is authentic, it suggests that Rizal experienced a spiritual reconciliation before his execution. So it paints a picture of Rizal choosing to die as a Catholic, which for some historians means he wanted peace and forgiveness in his final moments. So others argued that the letter um, does not erase his nationalist ideas but simply shows a personal um, religious decisions. So let's proceed for the historical significance. So use a primary source in debates raises question about authenticity, influences interpretations of Rizal's final beliefs. So in historical significance is so this document is highly controversial. It is considered as a primary source. It debates about Rizal's final beliefs, but its authenticity has long been questioned because it was missing for decades, only reappeared later and has multiple versions. So because of this, um, scholars use it to discuss how historical evidence should be evaluated, especially when documents have political or religious implications. So, in short, the retraction letter is important because it challenges us to think critically about sources and the historical truth. So, the purpose of presenting this part um, is to analyze what the retraction letter actually contains and how it shapes our understanding about Rizal's final convictions. So it also helps us recognize the importance of evaluating primary sources carefully, especially when they have major effects on national history and public beliefs. So that's all. Thank you for listening and I hope you learned something here.
Evidence, controversy, and suspicions. Antonio K. Abad's testimony. Antonio 2K. Abad stated that a forger told him he was employed by priors to make copies of the retraction document, suggesting forgery. Doubts and authenticity. The authenticity of Osiris's retraction documents has been debated for decades, with skepticism arising from a lack of evidence and conflicting statements from involved parties. Claims of forgery. There are claims that the retraction document discovered by Father Manuel Garcia in 1935 was a forgery. Ricardo Pascual's study of the document pointed out differences in letter forms, slants, and writing habits, indicating it was done by someone else. Eyewitness and affirmation. Some believe that retraction documents are authentic, supported by 11 eyewitnesses who saw Rizal write his retraction, sign a Catholic prayer book, recite Catholic prayers, and kiss the crucifix before his execution. Topics to cover. Different version of the document with the date discrepancies. December 29, 1890 versus December 29, 1896. Date variation. The original Spanish document supposedly signed by Rizal was dated December 29, 1890. Later, another version surfaced with the date December 29, 1890, where the O was altered to look like a C. Still, another version appeared with the date December 29, 1896, where the O was changed to a 6. Suspicious forgery. The inconsistencies in the date have led many to believe that the recent retraction document was forged. Antonio Abad reported that Roman Roque, the alleged forger of Rizal's signature, was hired by Spanish friars to create fake copies of the retraction documents. Limited access. The original documents was not shown to the public. Only reproductions were available, raising further questions about its authenticity. How handwriting inconsistencies and textual difference created doubts. Handwriting analysis. Dr. Ricardo R. Pascual of UP made a comparison of the document with Rizal's other writing, showing differences in the slant of letters and how certain letters were formed. There were also at least 7 differences in Rizal's signature in the retraction paper. The handwriting of all the 3 signers, Rizal and the 2 witnesses, had much similarities, leading to the conclusion that it was a one-man document. Text variation. Textual criticism reveals 2 distinct forms of the text with significant differences between the 1935 document and the text published by Balaguer in 1987. Example include Balaguer in 1987. Example include Iglesia Católica in 1935 versus Iglesia only in 1987, and the variation in paragraph division and the use of capital letter. Witnesses and the transcription details. Father Pio PIS account. Father Pio PIS superior of the Jesus in the Philippines in 1996 stated he received an exact copy of the retraction written and signed by Rizal. He reported that the retraction was copied verbatim, published in Spain as early as 1907, and reprinted in Manila. Father Vicente Balaguer's testimony. Father Vicente Balaguer, considered the lone eyewitness, claimed Rizal woke up several times, confessed 4 times, attended a mass, received communion, and prayed the rosary. Balaguer said he received the exact copy of Rizal's retraction that evening before Rizal's execution. Balaguer also stated that Rizal accepted a shorter retraction document prepared by Father Pio P.I. made some modification and then wrote his retraction disavowing Masonry and religious thoughts opposing Catholic beliefs. Arguments that the letters was forged. Handwriting inconsistencies. Studies by Dr. Ricardo R. Pascual pointed out variation in handwriting between the extraction document and Rizal's other writings, suggesting it was not written by Rizal. He noted differences in letters, handwriting inconsistencies. A study by Dr. Ricardo R. Pascual pointed out the variation in handwriting between the retraction document and Rizal's other writings, suggesting it was not written by Rizal. He noted differences in letter slant and formation, concluding it was a one-man document. Due to similarities in the writing styles of Rizal and the witnesses, conflicting versions, and textual differences. Textual criticism reveals differences between the 1935 document and versions published by Father Balaguer, such as Iglesia Católica versus Iglesia. There are at least 4 texts of Rizal retraction, and all of them different. Date discrepancies. The original document was dated December 29, 1890, which was then altered to December 29, 1890, and the later December 29, 1896. Rizal was in Madrid on December 29, 1890, finishing his second novel, which is El Filibusterismo. Lazaro Segovia's claim of priors behind the forgery. Lazaro Segovia is alleged to be the mastermind behind the forgery of Rizal's signature on the retraction document, supposedly approached by Spanish friars to carry out the act. Mention of Antonio K. Abad, who said the retraction story was false or manufactured by Spanish friars. Antonio K. Abad is a key figure in the controversy surrounding Rizal's alleged retraction, as he claimed that story was false and manufactured by Spanish friars. Abad's testimony. Antonio K. Abad reported that the forger named that Roman Roque confessed to him that he was employed by friars to make copies of the retraction document. These confessions suggest that the retraction document may have been a forgery, undermining its authenticity, undermining Rizal's heroism. The alleged forgeries aim to undermine Rizal's heroism, which was centered on exposing the abuses of the friars. Lazaro Segovia's claim. It is claimed that Spanish friars contact Lazaro Segovia during the final day of the Filipino-American War to forge Rizal's signatures. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Christian J.T. Cabaya from BTB-10 Electrical 2C. Today I'm going to discuss about summary of both sides, the protraction and anti-retraction. Protraction. This side argues that Rizal retracted this Masonic belief and returned to the Catholic faith before his execution. The primary evidence in this retraction, the retraction documents itself purportedly designed by Rizal, supported points to testimonies from Jesuit priests who claim to have witnessed and witnessed the event and administered sacrament to Rizal. In this side, the Catholic Church claims that Jose Rizal retracted his Masonic belief and returned to the Catholic faith before his execution. The primary evidence in this retraction is the retraction documents, but the documents has been lost. But later on, Father Manuel Garcia found the original retraction letter later in the Catholic Hierarchy Archive in Manila on 1935. In this letter, later is dated on December 29, 1896, was said to have been signed by Jose Rizal itself. Is anti-retraction. In this side, they contend that the retraction letter was a forgery created by the Catholic Church to protect its image, to undermine Rizal's revolutionary ideals. They argued that Rizal's action and written before his death contracted the content of the retraction. Thus are raised about the authenticity of the document, citing inconsistencies in handwriting and language compared to the Rizal known works. Some historians still want to find out if the retraction letter that Catholic Church published is the real copy, or a forgery created by the Catholic Church to protect its image. Stephen Bracken testimony and thought about the authenticity of the documents. Bracken initially claims that Rizal had reconciled with the church, but later reconstructed her statement by her shifting accounts raised doubt about her ability as a witness. And some historian argues that Bracken's testimony lacks of evidence from other sources. Doubt persists about whether she truly witnessed Rizal's retraction or was influenced by the internal pressures. In conclusion, the Rizal retraction controversy remains unresolved due to conflicting evidence and different interpretation. Historian continues to debate the authenticity of the retraction documents and the motivation of key figures. Ultimately, the issue highlights the complexities of historian interpretation and the challenge of reconstructing the past. That's all. Thank you.